Alright, time to make another wonderful YouTube video. Get some idea books. Ooh, yes. No, no. Haha! Yes, it's perfect. Hello bookaboos, welcome back to my channel Under the Cover, where we try to put out a video at least once a week to prove that we are still here, guys. Still here. Today's video we are going to talk about my TBR for August. Is it ambitious? Yes. Do I think that I'm actually going to read all of these books? Probably not. Am I going to try? I'm gonna give myself at least an 80% effort. Most of my books on my TBR list are books that I currently own and I need to read, or are on my currently reading on Goodreads, which basically means whatever book that I picked up and I was like, yeah, I'll be reading that for now, I guess. I'm a bad booktuber, you guys, and it's only like 4 books in. I read occasionally. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. For the 3 of you who have watched my last video, I'm gonna try to finish this. I'm enjoying it. I gotta read that soon because it is due real soon. This is a library book, so I'm not gonna just watch the other video and you can know it's bad, but that's basically it. It's been on my TBR since like February, so I'm just gonna knock that out, and then can we just count the 3rd book up there, because I'm gonna try to get that done this month too, because I just really want to finish this series so that my soul can finally feel complete, because I really love it. I love the way it's framed. It's like interviews and logs, and I don't know why I like it. You think I wouldn't, but here I am. This next book on my TBR I am actually really ashamed of that I have not yet read it, and it is Scythe by Neil Shusterman. This is not the first book I have by him. I actually have read another book, but the reason why I'm ashamed of it is because I've had this book since April. That's not as bad as the fact that not only did I get it personally signed and he gave me this cute little thing that says, "Thou shalt read." He's super nice. I've also met the man. I've almost cried in front of the man. Like, I've done all that and I have still yet to read this. And if you want to know why I almost cried in front of him, that's a story for another day, and it has nothing to do with this book. It has to do with the other book, as you can see right there in that picture that I'm also holding. It's called Challenger Deep. If anybody wants to know about that, maybe one day I will make a video about it, but that video is not for today. What's video today is about my shame about the fact that I have yet to read this. I'm a disgrace, you guys. I'm a disgrace. Another one on my TBR list is War Storm by Victoria Aveyard. I've had this since it came out. I bought it when it came out, and I still haven't finished it. And it's technically on my TBR because even notice I've read a good portion of it. You see that I've read a good portion of it, but I've had it since then, and why haven't I finished this? Because despite popular opinion, I kind of like the series, but I think it's because I like the idea of the world. So, as the trash I am, I bought the special edition where you get this map. If anybody wants to hear my theory on it, I'll go on things, but basically my theory in short term is that there's a nuclear war, and so I'm really, and that's why I can't go into this because it's gonna be long and detailed, but if anybody wants a video on why I like the Red Queen series, I will make that, but I need to have at least 4 different people request that if I'm gonna be trash and make that kind of video. But if I had this book since May, since it came out, and I've had people ask me, like, why haven't you finished this? Why haven't you finished this? Why? I think part of the reason is I'm not a big first person reader, which is kind of weird because I read a lot of YA. I read a very large amount of YA, and most YA is in first person, and guess who'll be knocking on the door being like, hey, I don't like first person. It's me! I'll read a book with first person. I will. Obviously, you guys, I will. However, it's not my fave. And so some of the perspectives that she chooses irritates me. Like, I don't like Iris. I can make a whole video basically saying, I don't like Iris. Like in the second book, I didn't like Cameron. I hate how she puts in characters that I have no feelings for, I don't care about at all, and then she gives them perspective. Girl, it is the 4th book. I don't give a hoot about no freaking Iris. And I am like 300 pages in, and I have not gotten any Cal perspectives. I have not gotten any Maven perspectives, which is what I came here for. I don't like Iris. I don't care about her every time a chapter comes up, and I think that's why I kind of stopped reading it in May, because I was like, oh, another Iris chapter. Yay! This is not what I asked for at all. So, next up on my list is, even notice I have a lot of books that I actually need to read. I have so many books that I have bought that I need to read. But guess who's reading a book? Me! Alright, so I'm rereading A Darker Shade of Magic, and you guys, I'm obsessed with V.E. Schwab's. I've tried to downplay it so far. I've tried to downplay it. I haven't really talked about it. I've only mentioned it in my intro video when I like threw it down on the ground. But I have loaned this book out so much that like you can just like, I don't know if you can tell, but like it's just kind of like very worn. Like it's very worn. It's very used. Because I have lent this copy out to quite a few people. I'm a big person on like, here, borrow this. And so I'm rereading this because there's actually a readathon, and I'm gonna mention, it's gonna be in the links down below where you can also join. I don't think you can join, but if you want to just reread, I have a rereading buddy and we're gonna be reading together, and I'm excited about it. I don't know if this is her first time reading it or not. I probably should have asked her that, but she seems really cool, and so I'm gonna be rereading this. I'm really excited. I haven't read this since it came out in 2015. I bought this on a whim, you guys. I bought this on a whim, and she turned out to be my favorite author. It's the best whim I've ever had, and so yeah, I'm gonna be rereading it. How many times can I say reread it? Reread, 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 reread. I'm gonna be rereading those guys. Next book we have The Strange Fascinations of Noah Hypnotic. I love David Arnold. He's one of the few people that I've liked his books. I've liked every one of his books that I've read of him so far. This is his 3rd book. And the reason why I want to read this is because I loved his first book, Mosquito Land. Honestly, I recommend it all the time. And then Kids of Appetite, I also love that book. But a lot of reason why I like his book is that he does a lot of research on his mental health conditions and his mental conditions before he does it. And I really respect an author that will have enough balls to say that, hey, I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm not going to pretend like I know about it, so I'm going to get people who actually know about this, and so I can portray it accurately, and I appreciate that. I'm a little bit disappointed in the cover design, mainly. I know it's supposed to be Bowie-esque, and I get that, because I love David Bowie. I got that. He's pretty rad. Well, he was pretty rad. Who can say where the road goes? Anyways, but if you look at his 2 other book covers that I will show you right here, they're so pretty. They're so pretty and they're so beautiful and they're eye-catching, and to me, I'm not a big person who just likes words on the front cover, so I don't know. It just felt like a little bit of a letdown, to be honest. And another one is Magician's Impossible. Now, do you want to hear the reason why I picked this book? Do you want to hear the reason? Well, I had a gift certificate, and this book cost $28, and I wanted to read it. It's been on my Goodreads TBR for list, and I had a gift certificate for $50 to the Barnes & Nobles, and I was like, I will never spend that much money yet, because I'm broke, I have no money, and I was like, I want to own this book, because I know I'm gonna like it. And so I'm like, I got a $50 certificate? This is what it is. I feel like a lot of thing too about this is I'm trying to get more into adult literature, because I'm starting to get to the point where I'm not saying that YA is bad. I would never say that. I think I'm just starting to get to the point where I'm oversaturated in YA so much that, like, anytime I read it, I just look at, like, the YA. I don't think I have actually any YA books right here, which is funny because I'm talking about how much YA books I read. They're like all up there. They're all up on the top shelves that I'm not sitting near right now. So they're all up there, but I've been reading a lot of YA, and so there comes to a certain point where you're like, you're so tired of all the tropes, and you're tired of everything, and reason why I'm reading a lot more adult fiction, or I'm trying to read more adult fiction, is that you can go into things like Magician's Impossible, and you can go in knowing that this is not going to, there might be a romance subplot, I don't know because I have not read it yet, but if it is, it's not overpowering, and I feel like that's the problem with YA, for me at least. For me, I've never been a big romance reader, and YA kind of has this thing like where even if it's in a certain genre where it's like sci-fi or it's like this, it's really just almost everything YA is romance, and then the subgenres are the other things. It's not the other way around where romance becomes a subgenre. It's basically like YA is romance and anything else falls in that subcategory. And I mean, that's great. That's cool. But I sometimes want to go into a story about magicians, and I just want to read a story about magicians, and I don't want them to be like, and then we realized that love was the true power, or I was blinded by love and that's why I couldn't complete this mission. Funny thing, remember when I said that I'm trying to read less YA? I'm not a big fan of romance, and I don't care for first person? Well, this book is all 3 in 1. My Plain Jane. And this book comes with a special edition. I'm gonna be reading Jane Eyre for the first time as a grown adult. So, that's fun. I read the first book and I thought it was a big hoot. I really did enjoy it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was funny, and it's a collaboration of like several different authors, and I really liked it. But yeah, it has everything that I mentioned before that I didn't like in a book, because I was like, no, you know, let's not read any more YA. Let's not do that. Well, I don't really care for first person. But what is half of my list? It's first person, and it's YA, and this is romance, so I'm bad at choosing books. I really do enjoy a good retelling if it is magical, just because for me, I don't know, if you can make something that I already know but make it more magical, then I'm in. That's my TBR list. Hopefully I will complete all of it. I am not super confident that I'm gonna complete all of it, because some of these books have been on my TBR they've been on here for a minute. I'm not super confident in it, but I'm going to try. And that's what we do here at BookTube. But we try to read books. We try. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe, click that bell, so that when I do that one video a week, you'll be like, ah, that's where it's at. It is here, it has arrived. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up, comment down below something that you're currently reading, or what I should be currently reading. I don't know, I have lots of things that I probably should be currently reading. Alright guys, that's all I've got booked. I will see you guys next week, and we will talk about something maybe that I've actually read, because so far the current trend is that we talk about things that I just want to read, and we should change that trend. See ya.